Now, in this special edition of The Pulse, we put the spotlight on the flag bearer hopefuls and their vision for which they want you to vote. You'll hear from Professor Joshua-Alabi, Dr. Ekos Piogabra, and Sylvester Mensah. Professor Joshua-Alabi says he merits the flag bearership position because he has a solid track record to prove his abilities, from being a former Minister of State to transforming the University of Professional Studies Accra from what it used to be then to what it is now. He spoke to me at a time when he was just about announcing his intentions to get into the race.
You cannot have a vision all by yourself. The vision must be collectively owned by the people before you can move the vision. So I presented my vision to the people. They bought into the vision. And once they agree with me, it means that there's collective ownership. Okay? So first, you should ensure that you have collective ownership of your vision. But of course, in every transformation, there's bound to be resistance. Now, the way you see resistance can make you succeed or fail. Some people see resistance as somebody trying to bring the whole organization backward, or somebody against the leader.
How did you see it and how did you work it out?
Resistance is simply energy driven in a different direction. And you as a leader must try to reorganize yourself to get that person who has a lot of energy to bring the energy on board for you to move as a team. So sometimes I use a lot of human relations, those who know me, to get you to appreciate what we have to do and understand where we want to go to. Right? So you see that a lot of people who resisted initially fell in line. And we were able to move the school to the level that we did.
What kind of future do you see for UPSA?
Future for the UPSA? I'm very confident that with the infrastructure that we have and the systems that we collectively build, the current administrators and future administrators will do better than myself. Because in everything, you need a very solid foundation. My concentration was just to get the school on a strong foundation and for the school to be able to compete with any first-class university in this country. Okay? Now, having done that, the school is now ready to take off. And I would not be surprised if the current administrators do better.
Than you did?
Yeah, do better. And I pray that they do that. Because what is leadership about when you leave and you see things coming backward the way some people might think is to be. So I see this institution moving faster. I'll give an example. I was not concentrating on world university ranking. It was not very important to me at that time.
Yours was to build a university.
Yes, I was not concentrating on that.
That you could be proud of as an alumnus.
Yes. I was concentrating more on the quality of the products. Who should be acceptable out there. The world university ranking does not seriously look at the quality of your product outside.
What does it look at?
About the research capabilities of the lecturers, whether you have some Nobel Peace Award, something, all those funny things are there. Right. But I always tell people, whether you are trained from the moon or you are trained from the sun, it is about you.
What was your most difficult moment or the toughest challenge that you had at UPSA?
The toughest challenge? There were a lot of challenges, I must admit. I will not be able to categorize them. But one challenge was when the institute was under the tutelage of the University of Ghana. And sometimes we have problems of going through our examination questions. I felt that if under somebody, his inability to perform his part of the job
affects you.
Yeah, affects me, and I should not feel because of that. So I needed to get the school out of that, and for that matter, to get the presidential charter. That was when I took over in 2008 in April. I was then acting before I became the substantive. So with some of my officers, we gathered all our documents and applied to government through the National Accreditation Board. And we were very happy when President Kufuor signed the charter somewhere in September 2008.
Speaking of
with this, I knew we were ready to go.
Speaking of President Kufuor, we can perhaps move our conversation into the politics of it. You seem to be able to, I mean, Albert Skandapa, who is now Minister of National Security, worked at UPSA whilst you were rector. It appears that you seem to, you know, cast your net across the political seas. How does that work? How has it worked for you so far?
What is life about? Early morning, you tune into radio stations and insults and noise all over. What's life about? How many years do we have in this world, right? So you just get up because somebody is at the other side of the political divide. When you meet him, you squeeze your face. I don't believe in that, right? I believe everybody in this country has something to offer, right? And I don't think that being political opponents means we shouldn't be friends. No. You believe in your party, and I believe in my party.
And whilst you're at it, Prof, you were still active in the NDC. How did the people in NDC see you as someone who's, let's say, giving opportunities to persons in the NPP, someone who seems to be getting things done through an NPP government? Like
the charter, for example.
Perhaps other things too.
UPSA is a government institution.
Right.
It's not about Alabi. It's a government institution. It belongs to government.
Well, quite apart from the charter, how did people within the NDC get to, what was their perspective, seeing that you seem to be, you know, working across political divides?
On the other hand, people were also perceiving UPSA as an NDC school. So you see, when you do your work well, two sides may blame you. Because you get to UPSA and people tell me that we have a lot of lecturers who are NDC, and I don't know. We don't count them. And you're also telling me today. So you see, anybody who does his work well faces a lot of challenges and criticism from all sides. Yeah.
Speaking of politics, you want to be president, Prof?
At the moment, my party is going through the reorganization. And very soon, we'll go through our constituency elections, branch elections, constituency elections, the national elections, and then finally, the elections for the flag bearer. I must admit that I have the appetite for it, but I strongly believe that if God gives me the energy and the strength, and everything that it requires, when they open the nomination, I may take advantage of that.
Right.
But for now, I have strong appetite for it.
Strong appetite. Yes. That's an interesting point to start our conversation.
Yes.
What kind of core competences do you think you have that, for which reason, if the NDC passes you, the people of Ghana should vote for you?
Leadership. You see, it's not about talking eloquently. It's not about having to, I don't know how to put it, but this, in all, leadership is about a leader with the members, okay? Moving together, right, to achieve the organizational objective, right? And I believe that I have the leadership qualities. That one. I was a student leader, and I learned a lot as a student leader, and I have that experience. And as a student leader, I dealt with people, okay? I came into politics, and I was in leadership in politics, not only as a member of parliament, but as a minister of state. And in all, I dealt with people, so I learned a lot from that.
Okay.
I was a football administrator, right? From Great Olympics to GACA to GFE. And again here, I dealt with people, so I learned a lot from them. And I was in the university, rose to the rank to vice chancellor, and these two, I dealt with people. So I believe I have all the experience from all these leadership roles that I played.
You'd hear people say that managing a university is one thing, But being president, managing an entire country is a different ballgame.
Yeah.
It says that people are not really going to accept the transformation that you've put together in the UPSA as a strong leverage, for which reason they should try you for president.
You know, moving to class 6 is quite a difficult ballgame if you are in class 5. Moving to class 6, right? But how do you get people move from class 5 to class 6? It's from their performance, right? So nobody was born a president, right? But we move people because of what they've done in the past.
Okay.
The role that you give them, the performance, right? You don't just pick somebody from class 1 to class 6, right? And you don't just promote anybody from class 5 to class 6. You're promoting the person based on performance. So I think you just go back and ask the former students of the Soviet Union, my performance as a leader. That is one. You go to football and you also ask them, my performance when I was on the GFA and Galka. You can ask them, they are there. Now you go to Tamale or Accra to ask them my performance when I was a Minister of State. Is there. And then in the academia too, because of the fiscal infrastructure, you see that easily. But I'm more, my satisfaction from the academia is more with the systems that we build that you can see. So if you have all this to see, right? And of course, nobody becomes a president before they make him a president. Okay? President Kufuor was not a president before he became a president. President Tamis was not a president before he became a president.
Okay.
And President Akufo-Addo was not a president before he became a president. So how do you become a president? I don't know whether we have some criteria for selecting, but I believe if you have, I strongly qualify based on what I've done for this country.
So a strong
it's not for
appetite.
nothing. It's not for nothing that this country recognized me and gave me the order of the officer of voter. I don't think they just throw this to anybody. They give you because of your performance.
So a strong appetite, and you believe you have the competencies of leadership. Why has it taken you so long to make this public? I mean, we've seen you go around, you've been to various parts of the country, we've seen a lot of things on social media, but it seems it's taken you a rather long time to come out and just admit it, say it.
Our party have joined a program. And first, it starts from the organization of the branches to the constituency, to regional and national, okay? So for now, we don't have any presidential aspirant in the NDC, okay? What people are doing, and it's exactly what I'm also doing, is consulting people to see whether they think I'm suitable. And I tell you, I get surprised what people tell me. Things I don't know about myself, they tell me.
Like what?
And they believe that I'm more than qualified.
What are some of the things they tell you?
Some of the things they tell me.
Yes, but I mean, let's focus on the ones that you didn't know about yourself.
Simply put it, they tell me I'm overqualified for it.
Oh, really?
Yes, they tell me.
And they give you reasons?
I don't want to share the reasons with you now.
Oh, why not? You should
because
share.
The reasons will come out the very day I will announce. And I'll give reasons why. I mean, let's relax for some time now.
Your strong appetite obviously will push you to pick up the forms and fill it out and become a presidential candidate. You're going to be facing a few of your other colleagues. Former President Mahama, we understand, is having a lot of pressure piled on him to contest. Ekospio Gabra, I've spoken to him myself. He believes that, and he's made it in clear terms that he is certainly going to be, going to contest for the flag bearership.
He told you?
Yes,
that
he told
going
me.
to contest?
Yes, yes, he has. And he was very categorical with it. He is. And apart from that, we've had names like Sylvester Mensah, we've had names like Alban Bagbin. Are you nervous?
No. I've been in competition all my life, especially football, right? If you're a football administrator, you don't fear competition. You don't fear. You move your team, you play, you win, you draw, you lose, right? I don't know whether former President Mahama told you he'll be standing. I don't know.
He hasn't said it. That's why I said
good,
we've heard that there's pressure piling up on him.
It's the same pressure that piling on all of us.
And we saw 10. We saw 10 regional chairmen of the NDC actually go ahead to endorse.
And you saw the backlash. You saw the backlash, right? You saw
Those
the backlash.
were people from within your camp?
Not my camp, the NDC, the party. You saw the backlash, right? It was unfortunate, but then that is something the party.
When you first heard that, how did that make you feel?
It looked funny to me because even the regional chairman will be going for elections, right? Going for elections.
Were you satisfied with the response that the party gave? Of
course, yes, right? Because some of us led us to even to reduce our parliamentary seats in their various regions, right? Instead of you to think of reorganizing to increase our numbers next time, we are thinking of endorsing somebody.
Why did you think they did what they did?
I don't know. But the most important is that there was serious backlash from the party. And I think that the party is very firm on it. The party disagreed with them.
If President Mahama
goes... I think President Mahama himself disagreed with them.
Okay. Yeah. But if President Mahama goes, he's known, he's been marketed, you certainly, he will give you a run for your money, don't you think so?
All of them, right? It will be one competition that the party will enjoy, right? It will be one competition that the party will enjoy, all of them. You don't have to underrate anybody. I don't do that in my life, okay? I don't do that in my life. But I'm very confident. I'm very confident that former President Mahama, right, will support me to go.
Okay, you're confident.
He is going to hand over the baton to me, then I'll move the party.
How do you know that?
I have it in me.
Okay, well, let's talk about your involvement.
He's going to hand over the baton to me.
Let's talk about your involvement, Prof, in the reorganization. It was something that you were telling me in the beginning.
Yeah.
We've heard a lot of things. We've seen a report that the NDC has denied is the Kwesi report. In that report, it tells the party what to do, why the party lost the 2016 election, and all of that. So you're working on the reorganization. Exactly what is your role? What are you doing?
We'll be moving to the branches at the various constituency level, talking to them, giving them hope. In fact, I've been telling some of our colleagues that this is not the first time. The party lost election in 2000, yes. And we started with reorganization. I was key in the reorganization. At that time, I was the regional chairman of the reorganization team of the NDC. I quite remember Obadasama was the national chairman for the reorganization. We went around, we gave our people hope. We told them there was no way this party could be extend the way they are talking. Those days, they were chasing us all over, right? Those were the days that we heard of APPP and APP hoo-ha, right? It was very interesting. And people thought that was the end of the NDC. I believe you also thought so, right? But we went around, we gave them hope. We encouraged them. So and we told them collectively, we are going to bring this party back, right? So the party worked. And there was a strong show in 2004 election. And that convinced us that there was no way we were going to lose the 2008 election.
Okay.
We did very well. We're in a similar situation. Not even as serious as the first time, right? I'm very confident with what we've started now. This party will win the 2020 elections. Okay. Then this is coming back 2020. I'm very, very confident of that.
In your opinion, why did the party lose? We've seen all the infrastructure development that went on during the NDC administration. And it seems that the party itself was very confident it was going to win. Why did it lose?
You see, we normally put it this way. We gave the MPP the chance to run affairs of the state this time. They didn't win from their own.
The NDC lost?
Yes. There was a strong disconnect between government, the party executives, and the grassroots. And they really announced that seriously at the elections. They were talking about it. I think we're not listening, right?
Okay.
Yeah. I think that if we're able to work on this, and this is exactly what we are doing, we are going to bounce back 2020. We need to listen to our people. We need to involve them. The party must be in the center of governance. And I think this is what they expect.
A year ago today,
Yeah.
it was election day. What were you doing?
I went to Nungwa to vote, right? And because I voted for my party, I was very confident we shall win. Because I thought I was the only one.
You only have one vote.
Yes, I thought I was the only one.
Or did you go with your family?
I went with my wife, we voted. So at least NDC got 2 votes from this house, right? So if it is just this house, then we have won the elections.
But it wasn't, obviously.
But others too were voting.
And after you casted your vote, you came back home. What were you thinking?
I ran around to some of the police stations. And I still believe that we'll be able to scrape through until in the evening when we lost Krowo, Nungwa, my hometown. And any time any party wins Krowo, I tell myself that party has won the elections because Krowo has never been opposition.
Okay.
Krowo moves with the government of the day. So when we lost Krowo, it was clear that we were going to lose Lady Kuku, right? And also Daddy Kutupon. You watch it. Any time we have election, check the results from Krowo. It will tell you who is winning the elections. So once we lost Krowo, I mean, I just told my wife, it's going to be hell for us. And true, it's run across. Krowo because we have everybody there. I must tell everybody. Right, we have the guns there, we have the cans there, we have the airways there, we have the Northers there, right? It's a mix.
It's a mix,
yeah.
A mixed bag of people from all parts of the country.
So my advice to you, the media, after any election, just check Krowo, then you go and sleep.
So in the evening, you realized that it wasn't going very well.
Yes, I realized it was not going very well after I got the results of Krowo. So I took Vellum and slept.
So you didn't hear the comfortable lead mantra?
I woke up and I heard comfortable lead, but the figures were not moving that way, right?
So at that point
you
were...
I felt that it was a way to calm down people, right? It was nicely done.
You think so?
Yeah, it was nicely done.
People thought that it would then incite people to be a bit violent.
No. They try to water down the pain, and then gradually it will come down. They will all go and sleep. Right.
So you had a comfortable lead mantra, but there was a press conference at dawn even, where the NDC, came out to say, look, Ofosuampofo was very furious, because at the time I think McMenu has said something about their figures and all of that.
I believe that they were doing that because of the rules of the game. It was clear that this is the work of the Electoral Commission. So why do we rush to do that, right? We have the Electoral Commission. We all agreed before, in fact, including civil society.
Okay.
So for one party to announce the results, this nearly caused serious problem 2004 elections when Jake announced that they have won. But our people wanted to move to the street because how can the government announce that we have won? It's the Electoral Commission. Right. In every competition, we have the rules of the game.
Right.
And we all need to be disciplined to follow the rules of the game because we all have teaming supporters. You see, in Ghana, before any major election, right, apart from what we had recently, it is believed that the NDC has about 45% and the NPP has 45%. What one needs more to win the election is the 5% plus one vote. So we all have the numbers. And look at it. You announce and people move out. We also announce and people move out. You can see the clash. That's why we all need to follow the rules of the game. And I think that's why our members were not happy. For some people were not very happy with that one. Yes, I believe so.
You believe so?
Yeah, I believe so.
It's been a year of the NPP administration.
Yeah.
You're smiling. You're happy with the administration and how it's worked so far?
The NPP administration?
Yes, sir.
Well, they gave some promises, and the people voted for them because of that. Let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. But I have a strong problem with the free HSS. I think it's a problem. And as a Ghanaian, I think that I still have interest in seeing to it that the free HSS succeeds. So I think what we have to do is to form a very strong committee, right, to look at it seriously.
You mean right now?
Yeah, yes, to look at it and see. You see, sometimes you might think that we have the men to do everything all by ourselves. But in Ghana, we have people across.
But what's the exact problem you have? If we set up this committee, what is the committee supposed to do?
To see to the possible source of funding.
Okay.
Right? And a strong team out of this committee to see to monitoring of the implementation. Right? Sometimes we come out with policies and the monitoring is either weak or not there at all. Right? Okay. So possible source of funding, monitoring, right? And to make sure that we sustain it. Yeah.
If you became president, Prof, what would you do with the free SHS policy?
I'll polish it.
By doing what?
It and make sure. Of course, like I've just told you, I'll get experts in this country to help me.
But you won't scrap it.
Why? My sister's son will go to school free. I should be happy.
Okay.
I should be happy. Free. But then, once I'm told it's free, in my mind it's free. So it should be free. So let's work towards it. That's all. Yeah.
I'm sure that you have done your analysis of your chances, the NDC's chances. What do you think the John Mahama administration could have done better, and that perhaps they could have still stayed in power if they did?
We should have worked seriously with the party structures. Because there was a clear signal they told us before and during the election and after the election as we go around. Okay? So I think that we should have worked more with the party structures, right? Involve them, and so that they will see a sense of belonging, right? We don't just allow them to vote for us, then we form government, and then they are party, we are government. Let's involve them. I think that there was a strong disconnect there.
A strong disconnect.
And we have to work on that one.
We've seen, the Kwesi report that we've seen indicates also that there were a lot of money going into wrong hands.
The report that you have seen?
Yes.
But we came out to tell the whole world that that's not the report.
Let's assume that it's not the report, but a lot of monies went into the wrong hands.
I'm not aware of that.
A lot of people at the grassroots have complained about
I'm not aware of wrong money going to the wrong hands.
Not having enough money for the campaigns.
I'm not aware of wrong money going to the wrong hands. I'm not aware of that.